So I'm videoing the endless Vestavia climb. Just crossed over. That was the start of the climb back there. Just crossed over Little Shades Creek. Which runs on the opposite side of the mountain from Shades Creek. And that's near the spot, near where it goes into the Cahaba. So you're down to, just over 400 feet. The bridge, though, you're 30 feet above the water. So you're like 430 when you cross that bridge. 430, 440. And then you turn off of Rocky Ridge Road onto Wisteria. This is one of the more complex climbs. Yeah, probably the most complex. Turn right here. That four-way stop. Go up this thing. This is on my normal commute route. This part is. %. You should do some weaving here because you're not really warmed up. %. Flattens out just a hair right through here. Probably like 9%, 8%, 9.9%. And then it kicks up again. This part's kind of steep. Sure, it goes back up to 12. %. Yep. Just keep on. This little stretch of road is kind of interesting because you got the sewer grates there that are fun to ride over, and the paint is so smooth compared to the rest of the road. So I usually ride right down the middle. But that's where all the sewer grates are. So you can ride over the first ones, but then one of them is sunk down. So you got to be sure to get off of this line before you hit the one that's sunk. Yeah, see, this one's fine. Then that one's actually raised up. Go around it, and I think the next one after that is sunk down. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, this next stop sign is a 3-way stop. Swing over here, head for the gutter. It's clear. There's some bumps in here. You take the perfect line, you're good. You miss the line, it's really rough. This 4-way stop. The long way I'd go right and then come back around, but short way today, go left. Morning. It's interesting, you get a bit of extra climbing that way, a good bit. You go the other way, but your climbing to distance ratio is better this way, even though you've got that little flat riser right there you have to deal with. But just because it cuts out so much distance and puts you back into the steeper part of the climb quicker. So this is steep. And maximize elevation gain, I like to go on up to the right here. going up to the right, weave my way over. They're really steep. 5 miles an hour, 250 watts. And then turn around at the high point here. And then go back down. Steepest individual spot on this climb is right here. You get, like, depending on how close you cut it in, you're at 20, 22, 23%. Day like today, one-handed, trying to go easy today anyway. Swing wide. Pay for it right here though. Ugh. This is Renfro Road. This is steady. Oh crap. Oh good. Just a steady 12, 13. I guess it's not that steady because it varies between 10 and 15%. Boy, I'm not feeling it today. Goodness. Right there, this is 12. I get a bit of a break now. It's kind of a long one. Whole climb is like 8 miles, over 8 miles long. This is riding across the top of Little Valley Mountain. Car. Another car behind me. Nice. is approaching the South Cove descent. We won't go down South Cove today. Boris and I discovered a new cut through. It goes through the practice football field for Pizitz Middle School. This is approaching the South Cove descent. So right where that truck turned, that van is. Got it. The South Cove descent goes to the right there. And this is going to descend off the mountain the other side. This is a busy intersection. All good. This is where it's called Gay Way. Awesome little descent, but yeah, I need two hands for this. That descent, you can go about 40, upper 40s, but it's blind around the turn. I mean, you have the right of way the whole way, but obviously the car's not expecting you. So you got to have hands on the brakes. Ready to slam on the brakes if you see a car. Doesn't matter what the car's doing. If you just see a car, you already need to be braking just in case. Whoa, that's quality driving right there. So now this is Patton Creek. So that was the headwaters of Patton Creek. We're still on the south side of Shades Mountain though. Never realized that till just now, but Patton Creek sort of sits in the middle. The headwaters, that's the headwaters of Patton Creek, sort of sits in the middle between Little Shades Creek and Big Shades Creek or Shades Creek. Huh, it's intriguing. But we're about 100 feet higher. So, you know, probably done 500 feet of climbing, 600. But some of that was in my neighborhood. Probably about 500 feet of climbing. We're only 100 feet higher to here. Turn on the sidewalk here. Then you ride the sidewalk all the way up to the library. It's usually pretty deserted. It's kind of hilly. People to be walking on it, but there's a walker up there. Good morning. Can I squeeze by on your left? Oh, thank you. A little downhill, and then back up again immediately. Much easier gradient through here because you're riding alongside the highway. This highway though, Highway 31, is one of the longer climbs in Birmingham as well. There's a double ridge at the top. If it didn't have that dip there, it probably would be one of the longest, sustained climb. But the EBSCO climb's got it beat because there's no downhill on EBSCO. %. Definitely gets steeper. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I just ticked up to 6. Yeah, 6% right now. And it'll be between 6 and 8 to the top of the first ridge. Dives down, comes back up again at 7 to 9. Meanwhile, we'll be doing all sorts of crazy things over here, heading for the same point, but we're just gonna go sideways across the mountain and hit all the creek runoffs along the side of the mountain. The biggest one having actual waterfall. This is the new library, Vestavia Library. The old one's over there from when I was growing up. Over there. They did a good job. They cleared out just enough to build the building. Parking in front. They left all the trees in the back. Good, and people can park on the street too. That's cool. Here's the first dip up here. It's a whole ton of these. You could count them maybe, I'd guess. Maybe less than 10. Then immediately back up. And then back down again. And back down again. Just went from 10% down to 0, down to probably about 5, 2, should kick up to 5 here, 3. Clear. Yeah, 5%. And then back up, much steeper. Your optimal strategy to maximize climbing though is to go down the steep stuff and go up the easier stuff. You don't want to ever go down something that's sort of a gentle gradient. Your downs need to be over as quickly as possible, and then it's nice to have your uphills immediately on the other side of that and a little bit gentler, because then you can rest. You're not climbing super hard. Maximizes climbing efficiency in terms of calories to foot burn. but it's not as good a workout though as you do it the other way. So the mistake people make is to always try and go up the steep stuff, but then your legs never have a chance to recover. So this is Wickford Drive. Just lost a KOM on this to my friend Mike Powell. He lives on this road, so that's like a, you know, it's his. He can have it. Go right here. Funky intersection. Mike actually showed me you can do a fun chicane out there and the side road to the right. This is the descent to Vestavia Falls. I'm doing it one-handed. It's already kind of a, no I'm not, I'm using both hands. So that's a really fun descent. You can fly down it, and you're really testing the traction on your tires. You lean way over. It's not sharp enough that you actually have to brake hard. Usually though, that's one of those sort of, can you actually make it down without braking? I don't think I've ever done it. I've always just given it a little tap right near that new house they built. Obviously, if you started out slower on the run in, you could do it, but at normal speed, you got to brake. And then that whole segment of road there doesn't get any sun. It's a cliff there, so the sun's already set for that road. It's kind of crazy at 10 o'clock in the morning. So you can actually see some moss and stuff growing on the right-hand side of the road, which fortunately is on the climb. And so the descent is no moss, but if it's wet, it takes forever to dry out there. All right, this is a two-way stop. Dead end road to the right, clear left. Back up, super steep, 10% down to probably 12 to 15 up. This is 8, but I bet that'll tick over again here in a sec. Oh, maybe not. Oh, 13. Yeah, it just ticked up to 13. So the true average is probably, 11, 10, something like that. Back down to 10 now. And we'll go down again right here. So the total gain on this climb comes from all these little downs and ups. They're all steep too. What's going on here? It's a good view of Dolly Ridge Road. I've never actually noticed that view. That's a good view. Very cool. That's still on the climbing portion of Dolly Ridge, lower part of the ridge. They're dumping dirt up here. New construction project over down by the high school, and they're bringing big dump trucks up here. Oh, they must be done. Maybe. Yeah, those massive piles right there are new. Hopefully that means there'll be no more dump trucks on the Vest Club descent. Dump truck drivers are good. They're good drivers. So there's no worries, but it is kind of disconcerting to be going 50 miles an hour at one, you know, when it's coming up. It's just all very disconcerting. So this is the final part of the climb. I don't even know what this road is probably called Vest Club. Makes a little turn there. To me, this whole area is Vest Club. The whole region. I just call it Vest Club because this is the main road. Some huge houses, beautiful landscaping, nice stonework, just built right into the side of the mountain. Still a good 300 feet from the top. Yeah, 350. 350 more climbing feet to go. Some good views here out to the right between the houses. You can look over and see all the ridges stacked on top of each other. Yeah, Dollar Ridge is sort of blocking it. There's a car behind me. Make that 2 cars. Then the last steep section, which by itself is a Cat 4 climb, is coming up. View off to the right. Check my gearing. I'm already in my 39.28, so I should be good. And this in the corner here is where it really kicks up. This is county property, the road is. So this road used to be really crappy. And then they finally repaved it. And then like within just a few days, somebody in the third house down from here, ooh, I'm gonna need 2 hands.